Speaking of isolation and support, let's talk
Mhm.
about our postpartum doulas who are coming up.
Yeah.
So in just a few minutes, we are going to be talking to Erin from Helping Hands Doulas. Here's their information for you. Erin is one half of a doula team. Erin and Barb are the doulas behind Helping Hands Doulas, and they specifically focus on the postpartum period and supporting families at home once baby comes home.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Let's talk about lactation for 10 minutes. I'm doing all right.
Good. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Erin Anderson, and I, as Livia and Sarah were saying earlier, I am one half of Helping Hands Doulas. My good friend and doula partner, Barb Larison, is the other set of Helping Hands on Helping Hands Doulas. And I'm hoping I think you can still see me and hear me. Yes, it looks like it. I am a postpartum doula. And you ask yourself, what is a postpartum doula? Well, the word doula comes from the ancient Greek word for a female servant or helper. So in modern day usage, we don't think of ourselves as servants, but we do think of ourselves as highly skilled helpers who help guide people through large times of change. And so postpartum doulas work with you after you have had a baby. Generally, we do work with you in your home, which obviously is challenging at the moment because of COVID-19. So we are adapting and are able to work with people virtually as well, although much of what we normally do is provide physical support. So we actually need to be together to do some of that stuff. We are both certified postpartum doulas who received our training from Birthing Way Midwifery College. And so you've had a baby, or in many cases of our clients, babies, and you come home from the hospital or the birth center, or if you had a home birth, and we are there to just ease your way as your family gets used to life with a newborn. So our goal is always to make parents feel comfortable, peaceful, and confident. And our services look a little bit different in each particular because of each particularly family's situation. So sometimes what we're doing is a lot of talking with you, helping you process your birth story, sitting on the couch, bringing you tea or water, helping you position your babies for breastfeeding. So we are always eager to do light housework, help with meal prep and cooking. Basically, we are the extra set of hands that you wish you had. So whatever that means in your family. We love doing laundry. I know that sounds crazy, but it is true. We love doing laundry. We love playing with siblings, sweeping the kitchen floor. So we really can customize what we do to each particular situation. We can hold babies while you sleep. We also can answer your questions. So if you are having questions about breastfeeding, if you are having questions about baby wearing, if you are having questions about any of those things, we are happy to talk with you about them. We also have many tricks and tips to give you for baby calming and baby care. So I loved earlier, I heard Sarah mention sitting on the yoga ball and bouncing. Babies love motion and movement, and so I am a big, huge fan of sitting on yoga balls and bouncing babies, either in a carrier or just in your arms. We can figure out, speaking of baby carriers, we can help you figure out how to use your baby carrier. We're not quite the experts that Amy is, but we have used a lot of baby carriers and can help you make sure that yours fits properly and is working. And we're always happy to refer when you have questions or concerns that are out of our scope of practice. So if you feel like you would like to see a lactation consultant, we have those that we know that we can refer you to, or the baby wearing experts, or a naturopath, or a massage therapist if you really just need some body work for yourself, acupuncturists, etc. So we're always working in community through all of the other practitioners that we know. So a little bit more about me and Barb. We have been friends and colleagues for almost a decade, not quite a decade yet, 8 years or so. We each have 9-year-olds, and so we met when our 9-year-olds were toddlers. And we have been supporting each other on our parenting journeys ever since then. Something that Barb and I have in common, we have many things in common, but one of the things that we have in common is that we really love to read. Both of us really love to read. So I brought a few books with me that I thought I would share. So the first one is the Build Your Nest Postpartum Workbook, which was part of, I believe, the pregnancy raffle. And this is a really great book filled with all sorts of good worksheets to help you think about what your birth and postpartum period will be like and how you would like it to be. So, and it's written by a fellow birth worker in Oregon. So that's great. And then this is actually the DVD, Harvey Karp and the Happiest Baby on the Block. We love his calm, gentle ideas for calming your baby down. And the book is great, and the DVD is probably even better because you can actually watch him do his soothing techniques. And he has the 5 S's, and they are swaddling, shushing, which is basically the same thing as white noise, swinging or swaying, which is the movement we were talking about, side or stomach, and sucking. And side or stomach means that babies often really like to be on their tummies or sides. Obviously, they don't sleep that way, but that is a really soothing way to for a baby to lie when they're in your arms or when they're supervised by you. So Harvey Karp, 5 S's, amazing. Oh, and then sucking, obviously, that's when they're feeding or sucking on their hands or using a pacifier. Babies find those really calming. And all of those, oh, and I don't know that I said swaddling. Swaddling is the other one. So we love Harvey Karp's 5 S's and employ them often with our clients and also employ them with our own children. Another book that we both love is Anne Lamont's Operating Instructions. This is such an unbelievably beautiful book. It's a memoir about when her son was born, and it's so touching and it's so funny, and it's just one of the best books that I've ever read. So if you need some love, and if you really want to, I have a term in my life for friend books. This is a friend book. Reading this book makes you feel like you're visiting with a friend. Another book that Barb and I both really love is Simplicity Parenting. And this is a great book, not just for the early postpartum days, but to really think about how you want your life with children to be. So those are just a few books that we really love. And again, Helping Hands Doulas, postpartum doula team, we can come to your house. Normally we come to your house and we can support you day and night. So that's why there are two of us. So Barb often does nighttime shifts and I often do daytime shifts. And so we really look forward to working with families. Wonder if there are any questions or if is my time up?
You did perfect.
You did so great. I just, while you were talking about operating instructions, I was sitting here being like, yes, yes, yes. Like I love operating instructions. Clearly I was meant to be a birth worker because the first time I read it, I was 16. Nowhere near having a baby. And Anne Lamott, she's one of the few writers, I would say her writing is sublime. And talking about the postpartum period with just so much humor and honesty. And I recommend it to everyone who is listening to this right now. If you are a friend of mine who's been pregnant, you know that I've gifted it to you. I buy it every time I see it at a Goodwill, so I can give it to everyone. I love that book. So thank you for all those book recommendations. That was awesome.
You are welcome.
Well, I do not see any questions coming up for you here. I do see in the chat, someone's commented and said, we, meaning her partner and herself, have heard so many good things about Erin. So, yeah,
that's great.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna see you later.